like a little kid to I had to start dressing like a young adult. So a lot of the material had to start switching as where I could, go on stage and talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger eating candy and getting his muscles from that. When you 18, 19, you in a whole different crowd. You out there with people who are drinking beer and, all kinds of stuff. So it was really challenging for me. I felt like, yeah, it was easy, but it was challenging all at the same time because now you're doing stand-up in front of adults. Now you're doing stand-up in front of guys that sometimes are there with their girlfriends and they're looking at you because they mad that their boyfriend is laughing hard, but it's a comedy club. But now you got the girl, sitting in the front row and they staring at you like, ha, making me laugh. And you trying to keep your mind straight and do these jokes and not be mind fucked pretty much, because it's like if you don't get that laugh and that joke was funny, you're kind of like, damn, okay, I gotta go back to the drawing board. Ooh, but you're on stage. You really you on stage.
I think that's so great. It's so awesome. It gives you that immediate satisfaction.
Or feedback.
Or feedback. When you get the laugh. Joke hits.
That's why I miss doing improv on stage. It's like, because something may or may not land. And if it doesn't land, it's like, it doesn't mean that it was wrong. That audience may have just not felt it, right. But it's still, you're still working that muscle out. You're still working that muscle out.
I've done theater and it's like every audience is different. But one audience will be cracking up at one night, the next night you'll do the same joke the exact same way, and they're just
it's crickets.
It's crickets, and you like, okay, just keep it moving,
right?
And you just know it as an artist because if you know when something's funny once you've done this for so long, like y'all will know. I'm pretty sure there's stuff that y'all did all that in front of a live audience, and I'm pretty sure some stuff during rehearsals that y'all like, oh, this is gonna kill it, and then it hit, and y'all like, oh, okay, well, back to the writer's room. That's what you. Right, and
Not me. No, I'm just playing.
All my shit was funny.
That's a good question. That's a good question to bring up, Gio. So, how was y'all experience with that? Because it was more sketch based. Now, ours was scripted, but it was like we would do top to bottom the show. Pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that live audience would come and we would do the show top to bottom in front of the live audience. But it was like the same content, but it was so much better in front of the live audience because you fed off of their energy, right?
Absolutely.
So when your joke hit and they actually laughed, you was like, oh shit, y'all laughing for real? Okay. I'm gonna have it.
Because it was also your delivery.
The DJ starts spinning, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, oh, it's cracking.
It's not
thing. Just your... It's your delivery also, right? I'm sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, no, I was just going to say when we actually saw the show back 9 times out of 10, 90% of the show would be that live audience because we had the laugh track, but you could tell the live laugh and we knew our scene and how we hit it with the live audience versus when it was taped. And we would be like 90% of that show is live that you saw on TV because it was that good because it was just like that energy you got from the audience. So it was better for us. When the audience came in. Yeah.
I think we had those moments.
Stand-up will humble the shit out of you.
Quick. Yes.
Because you don't have that laugh track. And when you coming off of the number one show like all of us was, and everybody's laughing, you got the laugh track, or you fresh off the show and that one show, nobody laughed. It's like,
oh. Thought that joke was going to hit.
It's like, where's the laugh track at?
That's a cold-blooded feeling. That's a cold.
I was gonna say, being on doing Leroy and Fuzz. I was 10, 11, all the way up to 12, 13. But being out there by yourself, I don't know if anyone else on all that had an experience of being in a sketch. Really, I had Fuzz there.
I did. Plenty, with Brenda Stone and
right. It was for me. It was difficult because it was like more of a monologue trying to get through. And I remember like Brian would come over and like coach me up, but I was real good off, playing off Keenan and Kel. That was like hella easy. But when you got up there doing Leroy and Fuzz, and it was like you was just playing to the audience, that was really my stand-up training. Which, by the way, I bombed doing stand-up, so I just want to throw that out there.
Everybody,
might as well tell the story, bro.
You should have brought Leroy with you. He carried the show, man.
I'm Leroy. You meant Fuzz, nigga. Why you trying to make jokes?
Boy, tell us about how we know you, Lee Boy, and because we all did that. So I know you're moderating.
Oh, I'm just Lee Boy. No, I'm playing. Yeah, I was Leon Lee Boy Frierson. I was on all that seasons 4 through 6 with Christy, with the greats Keenan and Kel, Josh, Lori, Beth Denberg. We was in the heyday, including Amanda, FDB. I ain't gonna call her a B.
Come on, man.
But,
yikes.
Well, I'm just saying,
violence tonight, are we?
We was like best friends. She won't hit a nigga back. I'm still salty about that, but
staying salty always.
So yeah, I was on seasons 4 through 6, like I said, during the heyday. We had the glitz and glam intro on all that, so that was one of my biggest things. I did a couple other ventures, outside of all that, but that's where people will know me from. Right now, I'm on the Prime Nostalgia podcast, where we have great guests like Keenan, like Kel. The entire cast of all that has come on. Recently, we had Tommy Davidson. We've had Cherry Johnson from she's
Family Matters.
Family Matters.
I messed up. I didn't mess that up. Thank God she ain't here because she said she was gonna stop by. But yeah, alongside my co-host Prime, why don't you tap in with me, bro? Unmute yourself.
I'm supposed to say what's up.
Oh, bro, you low as hell. Come on.
I am. My bad. All right. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Prime.
Come on, Prime.
Yeah.
Talk louder than
That's
that.
why his ass was on
Right.
mute.
If we can hear Giovanni, we should be able to hear you.
Unmute.
He was probably talking.
Y'all gonna leave Giovanni alone.
No, but so yeah, that's where you guys will know me from. Definitely check me out on LeeBoyTV.com, at LeeBoyTV on all socials. And yeah, man, I'm just blessed to have some great friends from the heyday, from the nostalgia 90s. Like I'm just, like I said, just glad to be around people like you'll see up on stage right now. And I just want to throw it to two other people that I did invite up. First, Allison, if you want to say a few words to how we've been able to interact and maybe even tell the story of how you got me reacclimated with Kenan Thompson.
Okay, this is my first time on Clubhouse, so hello. Hey. I'm not a child star. Definitely not a child star, but grew up watching everybody, big fan, and I am a freelance writer. I have a blog, and I was doing a piece for Screen Rant earlier this year about child stars who have podcasts. So that's how I got connected with Prime and Leon, and then we just became good friends. And turns out that Keenan saw the article, so then he got on their show, which was really cool. So I'm just really thankful to be here and love nostalgia. That's what I write about. I've kind of become a Disney Channel historian during the pandemic. So lots of things I'm looking into, and hopefully some good stuff coming up soon.
Wait, did you just really mention
I just
Disney
followed
Channel?
you.
Did she really mention Disney Channel? Sorry, Jermaine. Don't ever do. No, I'm playing. Don't ever do Disney Channel ever again.
Hey,
you a hater, dude.
Yeah, Disney Channel.
You a hater. That's you promoted it. You got the little symbol.
I did.
Yeah, you big hate.
Then you gonna come back and say some bull crap like that.
I can't even say alumni.
Dang, Jermaine. All right now.
Jermaine is currently working on Disney Channel.
Yeah,
I ain't said nothing about Nick. I love Nick. I love Nick.
Jermaine is currently on Disney Channel, and you're gonna try and say
Right.
I'm hating because I wish I was on the other team. I swear to God, I wish I was.
Ooh, Leon, that's a good question. What Disney shows did you audition for that you was mad you didn't get?
All of them. Look, I didn't get on none, nigga.
I'm saying, like, which one specifically did you audition for?
I would definitely say Proud Family. That was probably one of the main ones.
You auditioned for Sticky?
I don't remember. I think whatever Orlando got, he didn't stole all my roles coming up from age 5 to 25. He got them all.
He stole your girl.
I know it's bad for me out here. It's bad for me. That's why I sound so bitter. Why do you guys think? That's why I be hating at every chance I get.
Stop, please. Are you kidding? There are so many people that would have loved to have your role that you had on.
Oh, I know, and I let
absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely.
I let them know.
It too, bro.
I let them know. Y'all looked up to me. You looked up to me as a young man. I know. No, I did actually book a couple Disney Channel like voiceover cartoon type stuff that didn't come out, or they actually like just recasted the whole thing and like because I wasn't good enough. Either one, I can't remember. But yeah, man,
Disney
shout
was
out.
good for that.
Yeah, I was Fillmore. Does anybody remember Fillmore? Was that on Disney Channel?
Of course,
Yeah, Orlando Brown again.
Yeah, I originally was.
Ian and Kel also, because I worked with him on Figure It Out.
What? Who?
Fillmore.
Oh no, this is not the person. Fillmore was a cartoon. That was the name.
No, I was gonna say because there is a Fillmore.
There is a Fillmore. That is that's Nick
somebody
Arcade,
that's really
right?
named Fillmore. Yes,
That's Nick Arcade, right, Prime? Prime laughing because actually Fillmore is going to be on our podcast soon. We working out a date with them. But no, there was a cartoon named Fillmore. I think it was about some like junior high. It was like a black principal or something. I can't remember exactly, but I had booked.
He was like a hall monitor who like solved crimes. He was like the Black Kim Possible or something. I don't know.
Right. I booked the role, and then they just recasted the whole thing. So
to Orlando Brown. I think Orlando Brown just
didn't
had
that
it out
happen
for
with Taina? With the main, wasn't it supposed to be somebody else in lieu of Christina Vidal, and then it got switched up somehow, and then it became I vaguely remember a story like that. Like,
oh yeah, it was a whole nother Taina when we first started this thing. So I
mean, that's the story, you know.
Oh yeah, it's in the. It's
speak on that.
Oh yes, ma'am. And I don't even know where she's at. I actually need to pull out our old treatment and the one sheeter, and I haven't looked at it in a minute, but I have the folder. But I need to look her up again and see like where she is now. But yeah, that was totally different.
I'm
like I have the pilot.
What happened? You can't.
Like, my mom is in the pilot. My mom is all in the pilot, girl. She was just saying it today how she was looking at it and she's like, wait, I forgot I was even in the pilot because they threw her in there to kind of fill in the background thing. But no, it was a whole.
I can hear you. You still sound quiet though.
That's
right.
People don't.
That's something that can happen within this industry that it's like you just have to be prepared for. You can actually book something. I'm not excited until like it's airing and pilot is over. You know, the pilot's aired. I mean, it happens all the time. You can even end up on the pilot and then not. That's what happened with the Golden Girls. I mean, I did throw a throwback. That's specifically for Rebecca. You know, it's like there was like the gay like guy that was on the Golden Girls, but you would never know it because he did not make it past the pilot episode. So it's just what it is. Just part of the business. I mean, it's like you have to enjoy the audition. Also,
and I'm talking about a major part of the show, not just you know, subsidiary character. Like when you are the title character, like you are Taina, like I can imagine the devastation when she found out she was replaced. So
because Christina was overseas.
Major depression moment.
Man. Yeah, Christina was overseas in a girl group, I think in like Belgium or something. And she wasn't gonna do it. Her agent was like, if you don't get back here and audition for Taina, we're gonna drop you.
Wow.
So fun fact. Yeah, so she almost didn't do the show. She didn't want to do it because she wanted to be an overseas pop star. And she dropped out of the group, and that's how she booked Taina.
That's
because she came back to do the audition. Yeah.
Yeah, I only knew that because if you guys don't know,
see them two in the same room. Like I want them two to have a conversation.
Right, I like Aunt Viv, like the two Aunt Vivs.
Yeah, but because it's kind of like I can imagine. Diana was the other Taina's name. I can imagine where she. I just don't know. There's other stuff that I won't speak on just yet concerning her situation. So I have a feeling that it might have affected her a little different. It might have hit a little different over there. So I don't know. I just wanna. I'm curious.
I only knew that because if you guys don't know, my twin brother Chris co-starred alongside LaTangela on Taina.
Yes.
LaMartian.
Yep, Lamar. Exactly.
Wait, that was his name? Wait.
That's what they would call him on the show. They would call him LaMartian.
Oh, okay.
But his name was Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar. Okay.
LaMartian.
I was going to say, not a nigga named LaMartian. That's crazy.
That was his little nickname.
He might have turned the job down if that was the case.
He'd have been like, all bets are off. I'm not doing that.
Oh, Lord. And before we go on and get to, I don't even know where we're going, really. But I just want to shout out to my homegirl, Quay. Go ahead and unmute your mic, Quay. Tell everybody.
Quay. Hi, Quay.
Tell everybody your connection with the group and where they can find you as well.
Hey everyone.
Quay.
Hey. What's going on? First off, I'm just in awe that y'all even appreciate me because I appreciate y'all. So
one of the biggest fans there is, so that's why we always show love. Appreciate you.
And we love her.
Yeah, so I am a radio personality in Columbus, Ohio. I'm also an interviewer of Nostalgic and Present Stars. But that's how I connected with the group, is through interviews. I actually have an interview with Jermaine next Friday. So I'm kicking that back off.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go. What y'all talk about? Look, go ahead, spill it.
Jenna Rose, Debbie from the Amanda Bynes show, and I think I'm still an Amanda Bynes fan. I'm sorry.
Do not mention that name in this room.
There's nothing wrong with Leon. Now we're gonna have to circle back around.
Oh, we can have it out. I'm ready. I'm ready for that.
Don't make me burn no stages. We gonna have to circle back around to why Leon.
I know why he's really upset about it.
Oh, go ahead. Let me hear what Gio got to say. Go ahead.
Hey, I gotta hear about this every episode. So yeah, no.
Let me get the sage.
Right.
I'm not gonna let me get the sage. Yes. Okay, let me pull out my Palo Santo.
Back.
Yes. Gio, why am I mad at Amanda? Let me know.
What you want me to say it in front of all these people?
I ain't worried about it.
I mean,
I think it was because Amanda was your first kiss.
Oh God. Nigga done spilled the beans, bruh.
You should.
I asked you, was you sure?
That's what
he did actually.
She kissed me. Look, no, I'm playing.
Look, I believe it. Those two were close.
I was fighting her ass off. No, I'm playing.
Super Boy,
they were
close. Close. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It's just it's like if you had a best friend in elementary and you was hitting them on Instagram and they just never hit you back, that would just be weird as hell.
I thought you said you was hitting them. I'm so glad you said on Instagram.
Oh,
this is about to lead to another person. I can tell y'all right now.
I'm just saying,
they never hit back.
It's just somebody you spend hella time with, and you reaching out to them, and it just kind of sucks that they wouldn't be reaching back.
This is leading.
Well, apparently she has a Twitter account that nobody knows about.
I don't care about that bum ass bitch Twitter account. No.
Let me mute.
Damn, no filter.
Leon.
Hey, I'm just trying to get the word out. Tell her to hit a nigga up. We good.
Yeah, cash out for $1,000. She may hit you back.
I know she is fighting.
Maybe you should.
Maybe you should
invite her to our. You should invite her to our project, Leon, and y'all can make up there.
That's a plan. That's a goal. That's a goal to get her on with us. And I'm sorry, I did see a young person in the audience. I'm gonna try to do a little bit better with the choice words. But no, in general, you know what I'm saying? It's just I have a couple gripes, I would say, throughout the industry because not because of anything like where I'm at and where they ended at, because I could care less about that. It's just, when you make genuine connections with people, you just hope to sustain those. We only have one life. So I hate to think that I wasted so much time investing, my energy into people and just building relationships and then for them not to see it the same way. Cause I really don't want anything except for acknowledging and just say, hey, let's do some reminiscing, because, that's a big part of why I wanted to get with y'all and why I just love spending time with my people, is just to remember some of the great times that we've had in this industry. And I know me and Amanda definitely shared a lot of great times. Besides the kiss, bro. It ain't just about the smooching. But
it's not about. I mean,
and we was definitely under that autograph table. Remember that autograph table, Christy? Look, we used to hide up under there. Look.
I think I remember that. And I wasn't sure what was going down, but I was just like, whatever, that's 12.
Hey, bro, I was popular. I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't just her. It wasn't just her. I was good.
Here we go with this.
Post those pictures you sent
Stop
me.
making it sound like you just ran through Nick on Sunset.
Look, a little bit. Look, I was a little baby Wesley Snipes back then. Look, I was good.
Man, no, but I've had.
I really feel like you're trying to tell this story on the low.
Letters that Amanda would actually write letters, And I mean, obviously doing whatever, we were pretty close. And when I was on, it was only me, Amanda, and Lori Beth that were the girls. And Lori Beth was a little older than us.
Mm-hmm.
And Lori Beth is really good friends with like the writers and Keenan and Kel, especially Keenan.
Yeah, it was
So
hard to
she was really
catch up
F
with
with
Lori
us.
Beth a little bit.
Like I love Lori Beth, like Lori Beth to death, but I didn't develop the same type of relationship. I was somewhere stuck in the middle between Lori Beth and Amanda, and I got closer to Amanda because they threw us in more scenes together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we were just very cool. But I don't know you don't know what people's journey is like and why they can't communicate. Like, yeah, she didn't communicate with you, but she may not even be communicating with like her family in the same way. You know what I mean?
Right,
so like, I don't take offense to it particularly. Like, I was extremely close to Keenan. Do I talk to Keenan every day? No, you know, but Keenan and I like were very close. So, you know, and Nick Cannon as well. So it's like, I don't really take offense because I'm like, well, you know, this is part of your past. I mean, I don't know where your life is taking you so that you don't look and see, well, this person was important in my life and let me go ahead and rekindle or continue to develop this connection. Plus a lot of and then on the other side, my motherfuckers are just plain old Hollywood. Right. I'm not saying that specifically about any one person that I just mentioned, but a lot of motherfuckers are just Hollywood, and they're like, well, I didn't see your name in the last, you know, I haven't seen your name out in, you know, in the public eye for a minute, so I guess I don't know who you are.
Right. And
it's all jokes never with me. Be that person.
It's really all jokes with me and Amanda. Obviously, some of it is somewhat. Some of
you
it
hurt, bro.
Yeah, no, some of it is somewhat real, but in general, it's just all jokes. It's all jokes.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish her the best. I wish her the best. You know, this is a selfish standpoint of me just making it about me. But in real life, you know, I would be concerned about her and her well-being and hope that she could get back to a place where she can connect with anybody and everybody that cares about her, because that's who we are. We're people that definitely care about her, all her cast members. So, yeah, man, just hopefully, you know, she could get back and come on the project. Come on the project.
Yeah, because Tan, you said this the first day we was working on the project. I keep trying to make sure I don't say too much, but you said it. Nobody understands that world like y'all. No one understands what y'all have been through except y'all, and y'all share that bond no matter how far y'all may drift apart, but y'all get it. You know. So I definitely see what you come.
Vibe comes from. That's why
exactly.
It's a different type of bond. It's different.
I was just telling somebody, I was like, they're like, well, what's the difference between like, oh, I used to work on like, you know, like a regular job, like a job, like a 9 to 5. And I knew homeboy from 20, 30, 15, 10 years ago. And so what's the difference? And I'm like, well, the difference between that and doing like a show with somebody, it's like, we are in the public eye together. You know, we're being seen by millions of people together. We are like cemented in people's minds when they think of their childhood or when they think of their, you know, of an important period of their lives. We're cemented in their minds together. And that's not just one person. It's literally millions of people. So that creates a different dynamic, you know?
And then I'd like to add that, you know, Christy and I have never really worked together with Angela or Angelique. And from first meeting them, we all fell into this together because we all had that shared bond or understanding of growing up in the spotlight.
Yes.
And it's like a weird fraternity, sorority. We all know what that's like. You don't have that same kind of understanding with some of my, I say normal friends, but people who aren't in the industry, and especially people who aren't child stars, who haven't grown up in the industry like we have. We just have a different shorthand, a different understanding of each other. So, like I said, I've never worked with them, but it just felt comfortable being around them because I felt like they understood me.
Well put.
Yes,
Perfectly put.
It's one perfect. Yeah, because I'm a loner a lot of times. A lot of people think because of my personality, I'm like turn up queen. I'm always partying, whatever. Yeah, you might get that idea of that, but that's not really me. I'm mostly home in my house. I'm Martha Stewart most times, but it's like because it's like it's really like a lot of that is like the part of that to me, but part of it is hard to like really gel with a lot of people. Like Giovanni said, it's just they don't get it because it's like I don't need you to treat me like a celebrity all the time, but it's sort of like don't water me down either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's sort of that where people don't really know how to treat you. They don't know whether to treat you. Know, they get used to you kind of being regular because I'm regular. Like you'll be around me and you'll look at me like you'll forget that I was ever on TV because of how I act. But then it's sort of like then I'll come to you and be like, yeah, so I want to do something and it sounds like a big idea for you. And then you look at me like, really? Like that's what you're trying to do? Like, wait, you forgot who I was. See, that's when I get
that
like, now
part
you
though,
testing
for
my
real.
gangster. You know what I'm saying? Now you testing my gangster. Now I'm trying to be humble and shit, but don't forget what the fuck I did. Like, so it's a very hard position to be in with people. So I'd rather just be by myself so I have to check people on a regular basis because that's not me. I'm not a diva either. But you don't know that work we done put in. So it's a respect that you got to give us at the same time. So we understand that we respect each other and people don't give it. So.
Yes, excellent point.
Yeah.
We're all marinating in that fact right now. Like,
I know y'all didn't took it to a whole nother look. It's amen.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? And I think that speaks to why
I'm
we
just
have
sipping
been
tea.
getting together though in general, because you know, on top of going through the pandemic and us, you know, having to spend time with ourselves and then reach back to our friends of the past, because that's just like natural when you're not going forward as far as meeting people and being outside. It's only natural for us to reach back, and I'm so glad that we've been able to reconnect. But we've also been secretly, or not so secretly, because we have put out some stuff on the gram, working on a project all together. Who knows what it's going to be? Well, we know what it's going to be, but soon you guys will be seeing more and more material and content with everybody here on this stage. That's a child star. Angie on Prime, you guys are in it as well, have been around for some of what we've got going on. And so I just want to say everyone in the audience, just look out. Just look out and just pay attention. Go tap on each one of our pictures here. Go follow us on Instagram, because you will be seeing more and more about what is to come. And then if you tap in with us Thursday after Thursday, you'll hear more and more about it. And also we'll be going on other outlets, other platforms to discuss it and talking about it as much as we can. But for now, you know, catch me definitely on the Prime Nostalgia podcast. Tomorrow we'll be doing Kobe appreciation, based on his recent induction into the Hall of Fame and then the NBA playoffs. It just felt right to talk about Kobe around this time. But in general, like I said, tap into our platform so you can hear about what we have coming up and just get used to seeing us all together, because we got something special coming.
Yeah, Leon, did you want to open it up for questions?
Yeah, I mean, unless anyone else has something to get off, I did have a couple of topics, but I think we could just it's not even important.
Go ahead.
It's not important. I just want to talk about Steve.
Save it for some other.
Look, I want to talk about Steve Urkel asked. Remember, you heard what Steve Urkel said about his cast members, and then Brandy,
Jaleel
and
White, right?
Jaleel White, yeah.
No respect. No respect.
He said that basically the cast didn't give a damn about him, and they was mad that he became the star, and he wasn't supposed to be the star, and he was kind of
one time.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be the star. He wasn't,
no.
but he
felt
the
the shade.
I didn't know
he felt the shade from his cast members. Similar, I would say, to like what Screech kind of said, and Dustin Diamond. Look, I keep calling them their stage names.
It was a walk-in.
But yeah, so both of them kind of had a similar experience, and I was going to ask if anyone else had that, but we've been here for a while. We've been able to politic. And I also wanted to talk about though that goddamn Brandy and Eve and the Tori Naughton show that they got coming out. That's gonna be fire.
There you go. So, there you
got something great going on, and also in that the girl group show that we just got into on our little chat this morning. I thought that would have been dope. But you know what? Like I said,
crazy. They coming out with the same, like they kind of coming to the surface at the same time. You know, Notori and Keely were both on
that was actually in the works. That was
and they were both on Taina, so they both homies.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Giovanni? It was in the works for a long time.
Yeah, they had it. It was supposed to come out maybe like I want to say a couple of years ago, and it
was
just
like 3 or 4
made
years ago. It was before Keely had kids and her gap came back.
So, do you think that's still the same content, or they reshot it?
I think it's probably gonna be the same content.
No, they reshot it because originally D Woods was there, and then the girl from Destiny Child that they told to go straight to the airport, she was there too, but they're not in the show no more.
YGO always Melody got the messiest tea. Look, the gap straight to the airport.
What?
That's the homegirl. Farrah. You talking about Farrah Franklin?
Farrah Franklin.
Farrah, yeah.
Yeah, Farrah Franklin was on there, D Woods, and then Melody from the Pussycat Dolls were originally on this project, and it was called Last Chance Girl Group. And the stuff got leaked during the pandemic, and it caused this big ruckus. So I think what I think they did, which was smart, they put that out there to try and show people, to try and show the networks that people wanted it. And now that they've seen how popular it got from the comments on Twitter and stuff, a company picked it up. But by that time, a lot of cast members probably have moved on, so they just recasted whoever they could get to move in, because it's supposed to be girl groups, but Nivea's in there and she was never in a girl group, so
crazy.
Coming to the service, they're bringing back everything now.
Yeah, we getting what we want. We're getting our comeuppance right now. So.
Yeah, no, it's throwback time right now for sure.
Josh
so
Thomas, you can't beat him. You cannot beat him.
With that, we could keep going for hours literally, and we're going to. I mean, we're going to in the over the overtime. Not today.
Yeah, come back though.
Thursdays to come. But everybody in the audience, go ahead and start raising them hands. If you do have a question, we'll go ahead and invite you up to speak to anybody. Just don't ask me how was it working with Keenan or Kel. I'm good.
Or your favorite Nick Cannon.
That's where you draw the line? Is that where you draw the line?
That's the line. Because you can go ask them what it was like working with Lee Boy. You can ask them about
I kind of love it, to be honest.
Other than that,
that's like when Andrea Lewis says, "I didn't work with Drake. I worked with Aubrey Graham."
Right.
No, in all seriousness, if you have a real question about Keenan or Kel, that's fine. We'll answer it to the best of our ability. But they are available at Keenan and at Kel. So,
Christy, can you hit Lee Boy with a whatever real quick?
But Jermaine, let's talk about let's before we get these questions, we got to make sure that everybody knows about this movie Jermaine is doing, and because I think we got more people in.
Refresh the room. Reset the room.
Yeah, refresh so we can get these people to donate.
Refresh the room. Thank you for walking into the Clubhouse.
Donations.
Yes, it's an important.
I'm like, y'all taking donations? Y'all want my cash app?
Okay.
Cash app.
Oh, y'all cash app in y'all bio, right? Make sure it's in y'all bio.
Y'all need a reading? I sure do.
I'm gonna run mine. I gotta send mine in too. I definitely have had a stupid week, but I will definitely send mine. But everybody open up your wallets and donate the movie. It's an important movie, Films for Justice. I hashtag that. But
yeah, Jermaine, if you could give us the spiel.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm loving this conversation between all of us. Y'all just keeping it so humble and so real. Just kind of giving light to what people may perceive of us. We've been through life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just to add to that, I'm putting on my big boy pants and stepping into the side of executive producing. I'm producing a project short film called Welcome that is directed and written by a friend of mine named Drika Armstrong. Go to my Instagram, you'll see our crowdfunding campaign going through Indiegogo. And it's basically about our plight, about Black and brown people's plight against police brutality, but with the flip. You know what I mean? What if the shoe was on the other foot? And we see a lot of these films, I think, ours stand a little bit on the outside as just not being the typical. Don't want to give too much away, but please, if you go to the campaign page, it'll give you the details. about everything. If you can make a contribution, donation, anything you can give will greatly help. So please check it out. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. We all gonna do it. And we all doing great things, and like that's the thing. You can be rest assured that it's gonna be a quality film. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's like they don't see us and they don't understand. Like, man, y'all don't get.
I'm auditioning for it.
Yeah, you don't get the talent that's here, and it's like when you turn on your Netflix though, and you tired of them little movies you keep clicking on, and they're not entertaining you no more. That's why, because you're not supporting the real. So it's like we want to bring light to what we've been putting work in for years and years and years since we was kids, and it's so many of us. It's this little handful y'all listening to right now. This ain't the half, because we cut from a different cloth. So all these because you got 1 million followers, you get that little blue check mark. It means nothing because it doesn't translate when it comes to the things that you are entertained by. So that's where we're trying to bridge those gaps. You know what I'm saying? Because you have influencers that do sketches and then they try to put them on a sitcom, and then you're like, why they not funny to me? Because that ain't what they do, and they didn't put in the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is what they don't get.
People ask me all the time why I don't have a blue check. I don't have an answer.
Yeah,
you ain't get the answer
because you was in the Great Debaters, but you was in Fat Albert, but you was in Compton Yard.
But I'm sure you have do you have a blue check on Facebook? Because I have.
You was in Ratchet. You have had roles that people salivate over, and Ratchet is recent. We
told you I was jealous of the boy.
You know what I'm saying? I get a little irked. I'm sorry. I get mad for y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm mama of the group. I get real mad. I'll fight.
Sure.
Like, for real. I don't like it. Because
Giovanni should have her blue check too.
All y'all have a blue check.
They don't even recognize.
They don't get it. Because to get the call back on some major shit is an accomplishment.
Yo, the male.
Hey, tell them about it.
They're not capable of doing it. I don't care what your 1 million plus followers. They're not capable of doing it. When they got the role, they had a friend of a friend, and they was like, "Damn, I'm mad. I put that motherfucker in the role because that's my name on the line." Because they couldn't carry it.
Facts.
You see people like Jess Hilarious. I love you, boo, but I'm gonna call you out. Because on your Instagram, you look funny, but when they put you on rail, guess what? That's why that show didn't fly. Because all them
wow, is that right?
Wow. If you look at it, you can tell.
So hand the script to the. So I'm gonna mute my phone now. They got 3,000 followers versus your 3 million, and we would have made that shit number 2, number 1.
Come on now.
That's what it is.
She said top 2 and we ain't number 2.
Be verified on Facebook because, I'm verified on Facebook. So
you don't. Jess Hilarious. Put Jess Hilarious and Christy in the room. I swear to God, I put my money on that. Life savings on it. I put my whole life savings on it. Give her the script and give Christy the script.
Hey, let's
go.
I don't understand, Christy. Have you ever auditioned for Wild 'N Out? Because I don't understand.
No, I have not. It's crazy because Nick is my boy.
How about
I worked with Nick for a minute, so it's crazy.
Well, Angelique, you did.
Yeah, we gotta listen to the story. What's up?
Anyone else but me. I'm not going to. I mean, that's on me because of my own journey and everything, which at some point we'll get into. But that in a big way, that's on me. But I could stand toe to toe with anyone. Tiffany had it.
Anybody.
Yeah, I auditioned for Wild 'N Out.
Y'all don't understand. And Jess is funny as fuck to me. But what I'm telling you though is it doesn't it's not equivalent to that real work that people have put in them classes and the shit and the training we've had. It's just a difference. Sketch, and I'm not respecting what she does, but again, when you try to throw this mug in in a lead role in a sitcom, and somebody like us, you looking at oh no, we've seen you enough. What?
Right? No, it's all facts because we both know what we all bring to the table, and I'm gonna mute my mic after this. We all know what we bring to the table.
Here it goes.
When you bust your ass and you audition for certain people and people that you know who's helped get them to those places, and you don't get that same opportunity, you kind of be like, dang. And even with the verification, because the answer, Gio, yes, I did audition for Wild and Out, and we gonna leave it there. And Nick did call me in, and I auditioned in front of Nick, I auditioned in front of Kat, I auditioned in front of all of them, and had the whole floor on the floor laughing. I had people in the audition room leaving because they knew I had it. So
sounds like politics to me.
Oh, I did the pilot. I ran in front and I ran into Nick on the street, and he was like, yo, I need a girl who's funny. I did the shit. You didn't call me for a check for real? Like, that's another story. But no, I get it.
Right?
I got $1. I got a picture of the I got $1 check. I got $1 check. I got a picture of it. I'll show y'all from Nick.
I didn't even get that.
Nick,
look,
Nick,
when
no.
some people know you, they can sometimes low-key hate. Like, if they know
but Nick, no. But that's a difference, though.
No,
that's gonna be next week. But I'm just talking about it. You know, we know Nick. Sometimes it's just different. You know what I'm saying with that. But yes, you're right.
And then if they know that you're funnier than them,
yeah,
that part right there.
I'm gonna mute my mic now, Angelique. I'm gonna mute my mic now.
That's the issue. Nah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. That's the issue that I had with a couple of shows that I was on or auditioned for. And the casting director flat out told me, we can't have you on this show. You funnier than the lead.
See what I'm talking about?
No,
see?
But you know, that's all facts. Because even when it came to Wild and Out, the crazy thing is Nick didn't even call me in. It was actually a joke. I was talking to somebody. They had auditions going on for the Wild and Out girls. So I was like, yo, it would be so funny if I just went in as a Wild and Out girl, right? It was a joke that me and somebody had. I go in and I auditioned as a Wild and Out girl. The casting directors are like, oh my God, you're from all that. Does Nick know that you're here? Woo, woo, woo. Like, I'm like, probably not. So by the time I leave, I haven't even left the parking lot. My manager hits me and is like, yo, did you just leave a Wild and Out audition? I was like, yeah, but it was a joke. He was like, well, Nick is requesting for you to come in for a callback for one of the series regulars, right? So, true story. He's excited. He's like, oh, this is great. This is great. You're going to be on Wild and Out. Now, mind you,